What's up, guys, and welcome back. I'm back here at Hyundai of Lakewood, Florida, and I have this 2023 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid. Now, this is the blue trim, not the blue color. They call this the electric shadow as far as the color, but it's a blue trim, which means it is the most gas efficient trim that Hyundai Elantra comes with. Matter of fact, it gets up to 56 miles per gallon. Now, what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. That's one. Second, a lot of people are asking me, hey, is it worth to buy a hybrid vehicle? So we're gonna make some calculations at the end of this video to see how long it's gonna take you to recoup your initial investment, how much more you're paying for this vehicle versus a non-hybrid vehicle, and how much money you're saving on gas. So if you're interested in that, it's gonna be towards the end of this video. Now, before we do all that, guys, I need to ask you a huge favor. My name is Matt, and here on Matt the Car Guy, I post 2 reviews every single week, different cars, you know. So if you're interested in the automotive content, automotive reviews, please check out the rest of my channel. Hit that subscribe button if you like it. If you like this video, also give me a thumbs up. Really means a lot to me. Now let's go back to this vehicle. A while back, I posted a video on the 2023 Hyundai Elantra SEL, and it was a very popular video, but I also got a lot of requests to do a hybrid, and I had to wait a while before the dealership right here at Hyundai that they have it and actually have one available for me to film. And I'm really glad that they have this base trim. Now, they call it blue, but it's the most efficient gas trim that there is. It gets up to 56 miles per gallon. So let's take a look and see what you get for the base MSRP of just over $24,000. As far as the looks of this vehicle, it varies nothing from the regular Elantra. So it still has the same hood, kind of extends in this front portion of the bumper. Huge Hyundai logo right there. And then you have this distinct body lines, 2 more pronounced on the outside and more subtle one on the inside, creating that letter V for better looks and better aerodynamics. It also has like this clamshell design, almost kind of has a hood over the fender. If you get a close-up of it, that's basically what it looks like. Now, as far as the lights, now you have the LED daytime running lights right here. These are regular halogen lights, and the turn signals are actually right inside of this grille. Now, you get a black grille on this blue trim, and it's open. There's a lot of air that can go right inside of it. And then if you look at this bottom fascia right here, it's the same color as the rest of this car. And then you also have some functional air vents right there for better aerodynamics. Now, so what makes this Elantra so gas efficient? Let's take a look. 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder hybrid motor, producing a total combined output 139 horsepower, 125 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 6-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. I gotta tell you, if you are looking for a speed demon, this is not it. But if you're looking to save at the pump, definitely consider it. One other thing to point out, they still use this prop stick in here. Not my favorite, but hey, this is a base model trim. Right on the hood there's also some noise insulation, so it should be a really nice and quiet ride. Check out the side view of this vehicle. As you can see, it's got some black wheels, and those are actually standard 16-inch wheels, black alloy wheels. As far as the size of the tires, you got 205s by 55 on the 16-inch rim, so that's pretty cool. Now, as far as the mirrors, you do have the color coordinated mirror caps. It does have a heated mirror with the blind spot assist in it, so you get that as a standard equipment. And you see a lot of black trim right around the windows in here. There's no chrome whatsoever anywhere on this car that I can see. It does have the smart entry system and the smart key and the push button start, so that's also important. You get that as a base vehicle, and as long as you have the key somewhere on the you don't have to press any buttons. All you have to do is push this button right on the door handle over here, and you can lock or unlock these doors. Other than that, nothing too crazy. We've seen a lot of the shapes, geometric shapes, right on the side of any of the Elantras, but that's no different on this hybrid model. Let's move to the back. Let's see what we have in the trunk. Well, if you watched any of my previous Elantra videos, you know that I wasn't sure about the shape of this vehicle, the look, all of these geometric shapes, but I gotta tell you, color makes a huge difference. Like this electric shadow color with the black accents. Even though this is a base trim, I think it looks the best out of all the Elantras that I have done so far. Now, I like this piano black antenna that matches this trim piece that's underneath this glass over here. That's actually on the trunk itself, but it looks like the extension of the glass. It does have a fairly short trunk, and it raises up towards the end, creating this built-in spoiler basically. As far as the tail lights over here, very solid setup. It has everything: turn signals, backup lights, brake lights, and then it has this strip connecting both of the sides that actually lights up as well. Now, above the Hyundai logo right there, you have the rear view camera, and then right below it you have the release for the trunk. Elantra spelled out. On the other side you have a hybrid blue trim, and at the bottom right here, matte gray trim or matte black trim over here with some reflector lights. That's pretty much it. Let's pop this trunk open and then let's see how much room we have. Wow, this is solid. I gotta tell you, it does have tons of room for its class. Pretty surprised actually. It does have two pull levers right there, and that releases the back seat. Now it looks like it is one part only, so there's no split on here. And let's see what we have underneath here. And actually very surprised that they included a spare tire in a hybrid model. They usually try to save weight and not include that, but you do have a spare tire right here, tools to remove it with, the whole 9 yards. So pretty solid setup. Let's move to the interior. Well, I have adjusted the front seat to my regular driving position. As a point of reference, I am 6 feet tall, and I'm not touching my knees to the backs of the seat, which is really important, especially that this is a compact sedan. So you do have quite a bit of room. Now, 2 people in the back, yes, 3 people, well, not my size at least, or not so much. We would be definitely squeezing like sardines. Well, overall, this interior is very plain, but let me show it to you. Before we get to the interior, let's check out the rear door panel right here. Nothing too crazy. It is base because it's a base trim, but you do have a couple different textures of this hard black plastic. It's different over here and it's different on the sides. You also have regular door handle and the window controls, as well as a little bit more storage in the bottom. Speaker cover, non-branded stereo. Moving inside of this vehicle, we've seen this fabric before. It looks like nice and durable fabric. It's actually pretty soft, believe me. And now the seats, it's all one panel. I don't see them folding down either. Maybe I'm going to see in the releases in the trunk. There's also no middle console or anything like this. What also I'm missing right here in the back, there's no vents for the rear passenger, no connectivity, and no seat back pockets. Well, before we get inside of it, let's hear how this door sounds when it closes. Well, actually, surprisingly, pretty nice and solid thump for not a very heavy door. Now, as far as the door panel over here, pretty similar as the rear. Of course, you do have your standard mirror, window, and lock controls and door handle right here. Now, it is standard equipment on this vehicle, even though it's a base model. You also have this aluminum trim around the tweeter and the non-branded stereo speaker at the bottom. You also have some door storage right underneath here. Now, if you look inside on the left-hand side on the steering wheel, you have your dimmer, battery, lane keep assist, and traction control. And moving inside of it, the front seats, same design as the back, but they're nicely profiled. They're going to hold you in place a little bit more than the rear seats. They are manual adjustments on both the driver and passenger. Now let's see what else we have in there. Interior on this 2023 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid in blue trim, which is the base model. It's actually fairly impressive if you look at what you get as a standard equipment on it. Now, as far as the materials used, this is hard plastic as well as the bottom portion of it, but it does have some texture on it, so it's not very plain, not as boring as you've seen on some of the other vehicles. I also like the way they did the trim connecting the vents. The vents are actually built inside of it. We've seen it on some of the other models as well. And then you have the regular size glove box right underneath here, and then the dashboard itself, it's kind of multi-tier. You also have a speaker that's right in front of here for a better sound experience. Now this is a basic screen. This is the 8-inch screen that we see here, but we're gonna get back to it, starting with the steering wheel right here. Now this is just a regular steering wheel, but look at the way that they contoured it so you can grip it better. It's a fairly good thickness of the steering wheel, nothing too crazy about it. It does have some buttons on each side. Now the both button is customizable. You also have the volume button, up and down button, hang up or pick up on the phone, and the voice control. Over here you have the pages button as well as the lane keep assist, and then a pause or replay button in here, cruise control, and the shape of the steering wheel is quite different from some of the other vehicles that we've seen. Hyundai logo right in front, right? And as far as the instrument cluster and the dash, this is basically it's all digital, but it looks kind of analog right here, right? But it's a different setup. So first of all, on the left hand side, what do you see? You see the EV mode right now, and this is basically your battery. So whether it's charging, it's in eco mode, or releasing power, or it's off, that's basically, you can tell that the vehicle is actually running right now, and it's kind of in the middle. It's very neutral. Now as far as the middle screen right here, you have your big speedometer, and on the outside you have the mileage or speedometer in miles per hour, and on the inside you have that in kilometers per hour. You also have a fuel gauge right on the interior here, and this little 4-inch screen, that's customizable. Okay, so you can select different options in here. We're going to go through that. So tire pressure, you have the user settings, and then you can scroll up and down, driver assistance, lights, door sound, convenience, service interval, theme selection. Let's see what that is. As far as the theme selection, you have the theme A, B, or C. You know, and quite frankly, I don't see any differences between the three of them. Well, let's go back. You have other, and you can reset it to the normal settings. Let's go back and let's see what else we have. Fuel economy, and back to the tire pressure. So just a few things that you can actually customize on it, but it is there for your convenience. Now moving on to this 8-inch screen right here. This is the base inch screen. As you've seen before, most of the vehicles updated to the 10.25-inch screen. But even though I like that screen a lot better as far as the size and clarity and all that stuff, the one advantage that this basic 8-inch screen has, it does have an Android Auto. And it's not just the Android Auto, it is actually wireless. See, there's no phone connected to the screen via any type of cables of wires, and I have basically the full Android Auto functionality. You have your maps right here, and then you have your Hyundai logo if you want to go back to it. So as far as the different media options, internet radio, but you can have Bluetooth audio, as well as of course the AM and FM stereo. So if you go to radio, FM, AM, and Sirius XM, so you get the Sirius XM as well. Now this button right here, it's a custom button, so when I hit that, it should prompt me to customize it. So non-hybrid, home, display, on and off, phone projection, phone, Bluetooth audio, Blue Link, those are the options that you can customize this button for. And while we're here, you can also customize the button on the steering wheel to be in the FM, AM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio, USB music, or phone projection. So you can check that out and set it up yourself. What else do we have here? Let's go to the all menus and see. So you have the phone, Blue Link, radio, media, Android Auto, hybrid. Let's take a look at this. We are in a hybrid vehicle, so it tells you the energy flow right now. Well, here, fuel economy, it says average 10.8 miles per gallon. The vehicle has got 12 miles, and it has been sitting most of the time just idling. Basically, the vehicle, the battery looks like it's halfway charged, so it needs to be driven to get this battery charged, etc. Let's go back to see what else we have. We have the voice memo, where you can record a short voice recording and retrieve it later. Valet mode setup and user manual notification. So Basically, you can set up different features on here. As far as sound, you can adjust your sound settings, device connections, general, BlueLink, Wi-Fi, climate control. That's basically recirculate air, activate upon washer fluid use. You know, you can make some of those automated. Pretty decent system for a base trim level. Now, as I mentioned before, it is also a push button start, and right here at the bottom you actually do have the electronic climate control. All right, so you also have, now this is synced right now, but it is actually a dual zone climate control, which not many vehicles have. Now I kind of wish instead that they would do maybe a separate for the rear, separate for the front, instead right to left, because you really do need some air going into the rear seats over there. Now as far as what else is here, so there's your off button, fan controls. Now you have the heated seats, come as standard equipment on this blue trim. Front window defogger, rear window defroster, and then you have the air recirculating button and the fresh air intake. All right, you do have drive modes. You have normal, smart, sport, and smart. Those are the three different drive modes that are available. You have the rear view camera, which we're going to check out in just a little bit. Electronic parking brake, auto hold, your regular transmission shifter. All right, let's move it to reverse and let's see how that rear view camera looks like. Okay, you do have the trajectory lines, so you see they move when you turn the steering wheel. Okay, and then nothing too crazy about it. Average quality. All right, put it back in park. And one more thing that I want to show you this. If you want to move it into the manual mode, you just tap that whole shifter to the left once you're in the drive, and then you're going to be able to actually shift gears manually. Put it back in park. Now, a couple different things. Here is a warning. I left it for a reason. Dual clutch transmission. A lot of people are not used to a dual clutch transmissions, and they're kind of freak out when they hear any noises or when it behaves a little bit different. So it says, what are the driving characteristics of a dual clutch transmission? The dry type clutch transfer torque and provides a direct driving feeling which may feel different from a conventional automatic transmission with a torque converter. This may be more noticeable when starting from a stop or low vehicle speed. What's the clicking sound you sometimes hear? When you turn the engine on and off, you may hear clicking sounds as the system goes through a regular self-test. This is normal sound for the DCT. How to hold the vehicle on a hill, you know, and then it shows you how. Steep grade, press brake pedal, right? Well, it kind of seems obvious. Anyway, so what else do we have here? You have the USB, two USB ports, and the 12-volt power adapter. And then moving back here, you do have your cup holders. And then you have this switch tab over here. Now, that basically what it is. Okay, so one of them is for the tall glasses or tall cups. The other one is for not so tall. So see, this way you can go all the way in, right? So this will hold the really deep cups, and if you switch it like this, this is as far as it goes. So see how much shallower it gets. Now over here you have a little bit more storage, and this is pretty much it. You don't have any sunroof on this vehicle, and up on top of this console you basically have your lights, light control, SOS, and the BlueLink. No HomeLink system. Okay, you do have mirrors, and you can illuminate them by pressing the light on over here. So this is it. Take it for a spin. Well, the vehicle is running. I'm ready to take it for a spin. Before we do that, a couple of things we're going to do. First of all, we're going to talk about two different trim levels that are available on the Elantra Hybrid for 2023. And there's only two. This is the base one right here, which is the blue version, and that starting MSRP per the website is $24,400. Of course, you have to add the destination charge, and that's $1,095. Now, this particular one has a few accessories added on it from the factory: carpeted floor mats, cargo net, and mudguards. Total price with destination $25,860. Now, don't ask me what the dealer is selling it for. I'm actually going to post their link in the description of the video along with the phone number. So if you are interested in buying the vehicle, you can contact them directly. Again, I don't work for a dealership. I don't sell vehicles. I don't get any commission for either, doing this review or selling the vehicle. And then the second trim is at $29,000, and that's the limited trim. And of course, it does have a lot more amenities. It does have the different screens. It does have a better lights, better sound system, etc. It also has a little bit worse gas mileage. Matter of fact, it has a combined of 52 miles per gallon versus 56, so about 4 miles per gallon less on the limited. One part of that is that it has more equipment that draws more power. The second thing, that equipment weighs a little bit more, so it weighs about 100 more pounds, so that kind of dictates the gas mileage that it gets. So about 4 miles per gallon less combined on the limited than the Blue. Now, the second thing I want to talk about to you today is, a lot of people are asking me, is it worth to buy a hybrid vehicle? So, there's two ways of checking out if it's going to make sense for you. One way is you look at this sticker right here, okay? And it has an annual fuel cost approximate, right? And then it also has a little QR code that you can scan with your phone, and you can kind of, fill it out the way you want it to see of how much gas you're going to use. I have a more old-fashioned way of doing that, and we're just going to do strictly sticker to sticker and average miles to average mileage. Okay, so we're going to take this base trim Elantra Hybrid Blue, right? It says 54 miles per gallon as the combined gas mileage, and you say you're driving about 12,000 miles per year, right? So if you drive about 12,000 miles per year, I'm going to pull out my calculator right here, and we're going to do 12,000 divided into 54, and that comes out to 222 gallons that you're going to burn in that 1 year. Now, the regular Elantra gets about 42 on the highway, but combined is about 37. Okay, so that's 324 gallons you'll burn a year. Okay, so that's about 102 gallons difference, considering, average to average, the same mileage that you drive per year. So that 102 gallons at an average price right now, somewhere in about $3.30, it's $336, give or take. Okay, so keep that in mind, $336. So the base price of the Elantra SE is $20,500. The base price of this vehicle is $24,400. Apples to apples, basically it's $3,900 difference. So $3,900, we're going to take that and divide it into $336. So that comes up 11.6 years. It's going to take you over 11 years to recoup your initial investment if you drive 12,000 miles per year. You can do your own calculations and just plug in the numbers of the mileage per year that you're gonna do. But a lot of times it's just not worth to buy a hybrid vehicle unless you really do a lot of miles. If you do 25,000 miles per year, that's still 5 years. So I mean, you have to drive a lot more miles in order to really see the differences. Now, I know that the mileage can vary depending on how you drive, but can vary on both of the vehicles. That's why I did average to average. And some people say that, hey, I'm getting 45 miles per gallon on the regular Elantra, and some people are saying, hey, I'm getting 70 miles per gallon on the hybrid. So I mean, that's an individual cases, and I'm just doing what I see as an average what Hyundai advertises. But do your own math, see if it works for you. Sometimes it's not always as good as they telling you it is. Okay, you don't have to listen to anybody else, just do your own math, make your own decision, and let's see how this vehicle drives. Now, first things first, we're gonna find a spot right here somewhere in this parking lot, then we're gonna turn this vehicle around. Sometimes they say that the lots are so empty that you can do the donuts on their parking lots, and normally this would be truth. However, people decided to park every fourth spot like they do social distancing or something. But I think I found a spot where we might be able to actually turn this vehicle around. So steering wheel all the way to the left, and we go like 1, 2, 3. 4. Whew. That was close, but I didn't clip it. 4 parking spaces, that's how tight it is. So we're in the hybrid mode. I'm actually gonna turn on that hybrid meter right here to see of where we're getting the power from. And it looks like, hey, the engine, combustion engine's producing the power that is charging the battery right now. It's also powering up the wheels, but when I was braking, some of the power from the wheels was going back to the battery. So it does have the regenerative braking. So as you drive, that battery will be charging. It's not a plug-in hybrid, so you can't plug it in anywhere. I think hybrids are the way of the future. I don't think electric vehicles are the solution, even though I like them. By the way, wait up for the video that I have on electric vehicles. That's coming up soon. All right, a couple things we want to check out. Obviously, you know, at 139 horsepower, we're not going to beat any records here. So we're not going to be a speed demon, but I want to make sure that it's comfortable as far as merging in the traffic. And I don't know what this noise is. This noise is pretty bad. This is the tire noise that I hear. I get it. The road right here, it's not the best. So there's going to be a stretch of road a little bit further down. That's going to be a lot better. But so far, I can hear that hum from the road noise, and it's very excessive. You know, I want to check out as far as the tire pressure. A little bit overinflated, 36, but it's not too bad. We shouldn't make that much noise. Definitely was the road, but I've driven this road many times on different vehicles, and I don't remember that being as pronounced as on this one. So maybe the tires that they put on this base model are really prone to the crappy roads. On a nice smooth road, it's actually a pretty pleasant drive. Not much noise coming in. Of course, you can hear the engine a little bit. I like to look at this hybrid and see where, you know, this is going right now. See, when I'm slowing down, it says that the power is getting back into the battery. When I'm speeding up, the battery is feeding the power to the wheels. So that's pretty cool. Here, what I'm gonna do, stop right here on this nice stretch of road. We're gonna check out the acceleration. Okay, about 55 miles per hour. This is not bad at all. I mean, we got it up to speed. Definitely, you know, for a regular daily commuter, there's nothing to complain about. The transmission feels very well in this vehicle. I'm not a huge fan of some of those dual clutch transmission, or the dry clutch transmission, I think I should say on here, but it's pretty good actually. Now we're going to switch it to the sport mode and see if there's any differences as far as the drive. I was in the smart mode. Yeah, I can definitely feel a little bit different shifting. We're back on this kind of bad road, so you can feel a lot more road noise coming into the cabin. Let me do one more thing really quick, guys. I want to brake a little bit harder than normal to see how this vehicle reacts. It's actually pretty good. Not bad. And then a little bit of pickup here. Definitely a decent vehicle for the regular commuter. So whether you're going to do your calculation or not, whether hybrid is for you or not, this is not my job to answer that question. But overall, as a whole, this vehicle is pretty solid. I like the way it feels. I like what it offers in the base version of this vehicle. I like that it has the wireless Android Auto capability. The screen, yes, it could be a little bit bigger, but guess what? If they update it to this 10.25-inch screen, you're going to lose your wireless Android Auto. And that's almost worth to me to sacrifice the size of the screen. Everything else, you know, the size of this vehicle is decent. Again, you're talking about the entry-level sedan here, guys, so we can't expect a Rolls-Royce, but overall they've done a really nice job at about $25,000. This is a solid vehicle. So if you're looking for a basic sedan with a great gas mileage, don't skip it. If you're anywhere in Florida, definitely check out the guys at Gettle Hyundai of Lakewood, Florida. Great group of people are going to help you with your next vehicle purchase. Again, I'm going to post their link and the phone number in the description of the video, so if you have any pricing questions, do give them a call, as I don't know what these answers to those are. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like the automotive content and automotive reviews, check out the rest of my channel. If you haven't already, do me a favor, click that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And if you like that video, give me the thumbs up. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.